thanks for joining me today on Drunk Cooking with Delilah. So today, I might have already had one too many glasses of wine. Anyways, we are going to be making garden vegetable spaghetti. What's the best thing to drink with spaghetti? Wine, guys. Sweet wine or red wine is your best pairing. I'm drinking a sweet wine and it is amazing. Cheers. So for your garden vegetable spaghetti, you just need noodles, hamburger meat, and any kind of vegetables that you like. I wouldn't really recommend doing like broccoli or cauliflower. That might be a little odd, but you could try it. It might taste really good. What I'm doing today is I'm using a couple different peppers to give it a little bit of sweetness, flavor, and a little bit of color. I'm using an onion because onion tastes great on everything, and if you don't think so, I don't even know what to say. That sucks because onions are the bomb. We're gonna use a little bit of mushrooms, actually a lot. I'm probably gonna use this whole thing because mushrooms are amazing. And I'm also using a can of diced up rotel. This is the petite diced Italian style tomatoes with garlic and basil. Two best seasonings you can ever get. So you're gonna wanna get a pot of water to boil for your noodles. My water's already boiling, so we're gonna go ahead and start grinding up the meat, okay? And you don't have to use hamburger meat for this. If you want, you could use like sausage. That could be really good, or you could even use shredded chicken. Oh my God, that would taste amazing. But I'm using hamburger meat because that's just what I do with this. So we're gonna open that up, pour that shit in there, and get ready to grind that up. I have this cute little thing. I'm gonna throw in all my vegetables. It's called a veggie chop. Guys, this thing is a lifesaver. I normally don't recommend products, but this thing right here is amazing. You throw in anything into it, and all you gotta do is just pull that string, and it dices it up perfectly. All right, so seriously, if you don't have one of these, go buy one right now. Actually, finish watching the episode and then go buy one, okay? And drink your wine too. So good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and dice up the vegetables and pull out the middle seeds. And actually, you might be able to fit 2 different peppers in here. No, let's stop. Oh shit. Technical foul. I don't know how to get this out, guys. All right, we might need, Armando, come here. We need assistance in the kitchen. I broke it. I can't, oh, I got it. Okay. You can still assist if you want. Cut up your pepper just a little bit into pieces, that way it all fits in here. And get ready to chop that shit up. And don't forget about your meat that's cooking too. And while your meat is cooking, you're gonna wanna go ahead and season that shit just a little bit. Ooh, that was a lot. Oh well. You can never have too much Tony Sashers, right? Unless it goes in your oven. Burns a little bit. That's okay though. I can't see now. Okay. Some pepper. And definitely salt. Don't pass up the salt. I'm just gonna dice it up. Look at that. Woohoo! Kind of fun. And you can pull it as many times as you want until it's the consistency that you want. That's what she said. Alright. That looks pretty good to me. That was 3 times. See if I can get this off. This thing does not want to work. Okay, there we go. And we're going to throw that in there and let it saute with the hamburger meat. They don't need a reason. Just pour yourself a drink. This is really good wine, guys. Check that out. I'd recommend that, okay? So let's finish chopping up our veggies. And you can actually go ahead and throw your mushrooms in there while you chop up everything else, because you're gonna want to let the grease cook everything. So grind all that, mix it up together, and just let that really cook and simmer up all the flavors. And we are gonna just finish dicing, slicing these up, okay? And like I said, cut them in half, that way it fits inside your little chopper thing, unless you're a professional slicer and you know how to dice your vegetables. Personally, I'm not gonna lie, that's something I really haven't learned how to do yet. Ouch, I almost cut myself. Okay, so yeah, I really haven't learned how to dice yet. If anybody knows the proper way to do it, feel free to tell me so I know. Just throw that in there, put the lid on, if I can get it on, and then just pour your little stream through time. It's like a workout. Hey! Alright. There we go, that looks good. Maybe one more time. Yeah, fuck it, let's do it one more time. There we go. Throw those in there with the meat, the mushrooms, and the other peppers that you have, and mix it all in again. And make sure to mix this in really good, okay guys? Because you really want the meat to catch all the flavoring of the garden vegetable spaghetti. Now we're doing a red pepper, guys. So just cut the head off, pull out the seeds, and dice that bitch right up. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, I figured it out, guys. It only took me like 5 minutes. And you don't want to pull, if you're using one of these, which I don't know how many of you guys actually are, but be sure not to pull it too many times, because then it's gonna get really mushy like a salsa, and you don't want it to be like that, okay? You want it to be the perfect, look at that. Okay, that's perfect. You want it to be diced up evenly, not too mushy, not too thick, I guess I should say. Mix that shit in there. There we go. And just keep on mixing and let it get its flavor. The most important thing about garden vegetable spaghetti is making sure that you're letting all of the vegetables soak up into the meat and get its flavor, okay? Now, one more secret ingredient we're gonna add in, well, this is the first one actually, there's one more, is brown sugar. Okay, guys? I know a lot of you guys right now are thinking brown sugar and spaghetti, that sounds disgusting. No, trust me, okay? You're just gonna use a tiny bit. It's just gonna give it a little bit of flavor, and the sweetness is really gonna mix in well with it, okay? There we go. And you're just gonna let that glaze on top and mix in with all of the vegetables. We still have an onion though, don't forget that. Now here's a trick in case y'all didn't know. If you're ever, a lot of people cry when they're cutting onions. If you leave the head on it and you dice, you won't, your eyes won't get all watery and shit, okay? So leave the head on if you're cutting it. I'm not doing that, I'm putting it in the dicer so I don't have to worry about that. All right, there we go. So, we are going to chop that up a couple times. And the good thing about onions is you can do it. You can chop them up very finely or leave them big. Check on the water too. still not boiling. And drink your wine. Oh yeah, this is gonna be amazing. I don't normally brag about my own cooking, guys, but this right here is probably gonna be the best vegetable spaghetti I've ever made. Because everything is diced up so perfectly because of this awesome little chefin' veggie chopper thing, whatever the hell it's called, I don't remember. So you've got your brown sugar in there, you've got your vegetables, the hamburger meat, all the good stuff. One more thing you're gonna add in is Italian style tomatoes. You can use regular Rotel. It doesn't have to be Italian tomatoes. It can be Rotel. You can even buy a tomato and chop it up if you want to, okay? I'm just using this because we're making Italian food, so it's already got Italian flavor to it. And we're just gonna add that in there too and let it cook with the hamburger meat and all the yummy veggies and all that good stuff. And you know, the great thing about making this kind of spaghetti is you really don't even need that many seasonings because of how many vegetables you use. It adds in so many flavors, all right? So that's probably gonna take, I'd say maybe 5 to 10 more minutes. So while you're waiting, and I forgot that we were doing garlic bread. We're doing garlic bread too. Or you can make your own homemade garlic bread. I might have to make a video and show you guys how to do that, but this is not the video to do that. I just bought garlic bread. Okay, preheat your oven. I already did that, but like I said, I forgot that I was making garlic bread. So we're gonna throw the garlic bread in, or well, on a pan. You don't wanna cook the garlic bread until your noodles are cooking, because garlic bread actually takes about 12 minutes, and your noodles, believe it or not, only take 12 minutes, if not less, to cook. Unless you like super mushy noodles, don't cook them longer than 12 minutes, ever. So we'll at least get the garlic bread ready. Oh yeah, this is gonna be awesome. All right, so your garlic bread ready, your meat and veggies are cooking. You got your glass of wine. Now the only thing you're really waiting on is for your water to boil. And what's the saying? A watched pot never boils. That is true. Don't ever watch your pot of water boiling because it's never gonna boil. Like that shit's not even close. We're just gonna ignore the pot and hope that it boils sometime soon. We're gonna go back to the meat and just keep mixing that all together, letting it saute with all the wonderful vegetables and the grease to get its flavor. Flavor. There we go. I'm gonna add in just a little bit more seasoning, and you really don't need much because like I said, you get a lot of it from the vegetables. That was Tony Sachery's, a little bit of pepper, or a lot. And don't forget the salt. And really all we're waiting for right now is the water to boil so we can cook the noodles. Obviously you're gonna drain the meat, but we're not there yet because the meat's not done. So just wait a minute. All right, so now that your water is boiling, you're gonna go ahead and open up your noodles. I'm using spaghetti noodles. You can use any kind of noodles you want to. Fucking Alfredo noodles, panini, the little spirally ones, the ones that are like, woo, those ones, you can use those ones. Personally, I love spaghetti noodles, so this is what I'm using. And remember what I said, do not ever cook your noodles more than 12 minutes. It's 12 minutes and under, watch them, because you can overcook them or you can undercook them. And we're just gonna throw that in there. Alright, so now that you got your noodles cooking, you're gonna wanna go ahead and drain your meat, only if it's all cooked, but by this time it should be. So let's go ahead and start draining that, okay guys? And make sure to get all the grease out. Where's the fucking strainer? Oh my god. I thought I set it in the sink. I normally set it in the sink before I start draining my grease. And make sure to turn your water on high, that way your sink doesn't clog up, guys. So there we go. Shake it off. And then make sure to shake it a couple of times, get all that grease out, because look at how much grease is in there. You don't want to eat that, okay guys? Really, please don't eat that. Shake it really fucking good. Get all that grease out. Alright, that should be good. And pour that back in. There we go. And you can leave your sink running for a couple of minutes just to make sure that the grease doesn't build up in the sink, because it will clog your sink and you don't want that to happen. So we're gonna bring this back over here. Oh shit. Now you're gonna add in a little bit of butter. This is one of the secret ingredients into making canned spaghetti sauce tastes good, okay? Spaghetti sauce tastes a lot better with butter, brown sugar, and a little bit of olive oil. Remember that. I'm gonna add in about half a stick. You don't really need much. And just add that in there. And let that burn down, or simmer down, I should say. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm pretty fucking drunk. Excuse my language. Okay. Get your sauces ready, okay? You can use any kind of spaghetti sauce. I just use the Hunt's pasta sauce. I always use the 4 cheese and the garlic and herb. One of each, okay? I'm glad that was actually charged. I feel like the, oh shit, as those will stick to the bottom. Just have a regular can opener for real, guys. You don't have to be that fancy. Just pour that in there with everything else. This was 2 cans. You can add in 1 more. I might personally add in 1.5 because I like a lot of sauce in my pasta. Other people don't, but I personally do. Don't forget the olive oil. Olive oil, brown sugar, and butter. Makes the pasta amazing. So just sprinkle a little bit of that shit in there. Woohoo! And that'll give it the perfect flavor. And mix it all in. And don't forget that your noodles are cooking. Don't forget to stir your noodles. And remember, I know I've said this like 3 times, but no longer than 12 minutes, okay? Because you will fuck up your noodles. And now the bread is going in. I cooked my bread for about 8 minutes. My family and I, we personally like our bread, not like crispy, but a little bit soggy, sort of. We're the weird ones. So 8 minutes is good to go. If you like it more crispy, you do 10 minutes, okay? And it's time for a drink now, guys. So good. And your dinner, your vegetable spaghetti is almost done and ready to be served. And you guys did this while you were drunk and cooking. Not many people can do that. Alright, so now that your noodles are ready, one thing you're going to want to add into them so they don't get sticky and stick together is olive oil, okay? Olive oil will keep it from sticking together. There we go. So this is good to go, pretty much. All we're waiting for, well, the garlic bread is done. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Look at that. That's perfect for me. Like I said, if you want it a little bit more crispy, cook it just a little bit longer. There we go. And your meal, your garden vegetable spaghetti is good to go. There we go. That is beautiful. All right. And it is good to go. Now all we need is the garlic bread. And there you go, guys. You got garden vegetable spaghetti with a little bit of secret ingredients. Be sure to like and subscribe, and go ahead and tell me what you want me to cook on the next episode, okay? Thanks, guys.